Why does one Big Mac cost you almost $20 right now in Lebanon? If I exchange my US dollars at the official exchange rate.
The shock you see when you go into a store.
But it's not that simple.
It keeps on going up and up.
Because here, there is a massive economic crisis.
Our pockets are drained, our emotions are drained.
If nothing changes, some say Lebanon could become a bankrupt failed state, kind of like Venezuela. I've just landed in Beirut, and unlike my last trip just a year and a half ago, I've been told not to get money from ATMs, not to use any credit cards. In fact, I've been told a lot of things. Everyone in Lebanon, don't pay with your credit card, don't pay cash. Guess what, guys? I don't have Lebanese lira when I'm in another country. Pay on my credit card.
You pay on your credit card is 7 times higher.
7 times higher?
Look what you do. Go to the gas station.
Okay.
To the gas station, there is a small market.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say your
You
name.
get the money.
Uh-huh.
So tell me how much.
Listen, what's the rate? What's the rate he's giving? 11,000.
This is so crazy.
He's gonna. You told me to tell you the.
Today is 12. Like, I'm gonna tell you the rate today. Just the black market changes every few hours.
Every few hours it changes. What is the difference between the black market and the official exchange rate? They said definitely don't let people know you're American. The only way for me to actually afford stuff here is to exchange my US dollars on what's called the black market exchange rate. So remember that Big Mac? Right now in Lebanon, there are basically 3 rates. At the official exchange rate, it would cost me nearly $17. At the bank rate, which is a temporary depreciated rate set by Lebanon's central bank, it would cost me close to $7. But at the black market exchange rate, it costs $2. Usually when I land in a new country, I always go to an ATM to get the local currency. But if I were to do that here, a simple lunch could cost me as much as $100. He said he would come in an hour.
$5? Yeah. Do you want to count it here?
Yeah. It's so funny, like, I'm gonna have... Wait, put it down, he's looking. So basically the exchange rate that I just got was $1 for every 12,300 lira, which means for 50,000 lira, this is about, yeah, $4. Okay, even with a university degree in finance, I'm still confused. But to make this simple, let me show you the difference in prices right now between the 2 different rates. Now I understand why everyone told me do not pay in dollars, do not pay with your debit card. If I were to pay in US dollars, this would cost me $90. With the money that I exchanged, it cost me less than $12. 10-minute Uber ride, 80 cents, $7. Pesto pasta with chicken, $5, $42. One Dunkin' Donut, 50 cents, $4, 60 cents. Chicken kebab wrap, $2, $17. The Lebanese currency has lost 90% of its value, and Lebanon imports a lot of stuff from other countries, which means it now takes a lot more cash to get the exact same stuff from abroad. Some restaurants are now even giving the option between imported fries or domestic fries, and unsurprisingly, imported are 50% more expensive. Prices of everyday things are now as much as 10 times more expensive for those making their living here.
Every day here is a struggle.
If you want to buy 4 batteries, you pay now 35,000 Lebanese. In the past, we paid 3,000.
We see a phenomenon called runaway inflation, where you actually don't know where the currency is going to cap. It keeps on going up and up.
When you go into a store and you see basic things that are needed by people, let's say milk for children or like diapers, all of these necessities that people can't live without become so expensive.
But if you're visiting this country now with dollars or euros, it's the opposite of expensive. During my trip here a year and a half ago, drinks at bars and clubs were as pricey as New York or Hong Kong. But now prices are some of the cheapest I've experienced. So how exactly did all this happen?
$140 billion. None of it exists anymore. So the wealth of 3-4 generations disappeared overnight.
Lebanon's banking system collapsed at the end of 2019. Everyone's life savings were frozen. People basically lost their money until further notice, told their money is frozen in bank accounts and that they can't access it.
All you've built in a lifetime, in 1 year it's just gone. So.
My dad did. He worked so hard, like late nights and everything, for us to have everything we wanted. So it's kind of hard for them, especially at an old age, to accept what's happening because it's as if they were robbed.
It was a huge Ponzi scheme on a national level. All the money went to like the people that were in power, and they're all in foreign bank accounts.
Adding to this banking crisis, there was social unrest, COVID-19, and a massive explosion, which left many injured, homeless, and out of work.
After the banks reopened, we started having the unofficial capital control. So we couldn't withdraw our money from the banks. It was really catastrophic.
This might explain why there are so many currency exchange rates. Earlier I told you there were 3, but because the black market isn't backed by anything, you actually have a lot more than that.
The value is whoever you're transacting with.
Why?
There's no value, there's no economy.
That's Samer, a Lebanese who's behind the website LebaneseLira.org. It provides exchange rates based on daily trackers of money market indicators.
The basic value of money, it has to be backed up with something. You need an economy, you need government, you need sentiment, you need activity, There's none of that. The country collapsed in 2019.
Exchange rates change every few hours. All this means that if you're a store here, it can be an absolute nightmare to keep up with prices. This store tells me that it has to change price tags like this every 3 days. So this store pretty much just gave up on putting prices on the items. They actually have QR codes where the store attendant will actually scan it and tell you what the price is. Probably again because the price is changing so often.
Everywhere in the world, like the main problem is COVID, right? And here it's the least of our problems.
Lebanon's minimum wage was $450 per month before the crisis. Today, it's less than $60 per month. That's about $3 per day. Everyone I speak to here is frustrated. Many are going abroad if they have the means to do so, and no one hesitates to point their blame at the government.
They are incompetent. There's a lot of corruption and greed as well, and I think this is the deepest hole that's not letting us get out of the crisis. We're not seeing any initiatives to make things better. This is where our hopelessness stems.
The black market rate is causing massive hyperinflation. The government is hoping to crack down on what's happening, but even the governor of Lebanon's central bank told the president that he cannot control the rise in the exchange rate in the black market nor intervene in the currency market, saying it's basic supply and demand, and he doesn't have the ability to intervene.
I don't see a way outside of it right now, but I don't know if it's because it has affected us to a point where we're hopeless.
Lebanon has been through a lot before. Civil war, social and political unrest.
I really hope we can get out of it at any point, but that may be too optimistic, realistically.
We are people of resilience par excellence, as they say. We are made to be resilient. We have been passing through every single test.
It's one reason why its people here are so often called resilient.
I think resilience is really good on a short term, but Lebanon has suffered too much, I think.
The whole Phoenix Lebanese resilience thing, I personally don't believe in this because history has been repeating itself.